Live from the City of Angels, Friday afternoon, MMT Midnight Movie Money Edition. We have the initial numbers in for Superman as deadlines. Always on top of this. Welcome in here live as we do this. As always, we like to just get right into it, not waste any time, and tell you this is going to get to $115+ million. They're calling it $55 million today, and then the multiple will put you at 115, but I'll tell you what, that is low. Okay, I think that's the floor for sure here, 115. The ceiling could be as high as 130, maybe even bigger. You look at Batman, the Batman, Matt Reeves, back during all of the COVID hysteria, pretty much, right? That film did $56 million on its first Friday and ended up with 120, 130. Let me get the exact number. It went higher, and that's the thing, right? So I believe that this film can get to a number that is bigger than 115, but I think conservatively we'll put it there. That's what Deadline does, and you'll often see that number take off. Batman ended up with 134. Okay, after 56. So we should be in the 130 range because we're not in COVID times. More people going to movie theaters. I think this film was really helped out by the fact that Jurassic World was such an underwhelming film, right? And whenever you have a film that just doesn't hit the way that Jurassic World, and I'm talking about from a creative aspect, right? That film just isn't all that, as it were. And whenever that occurs, that's going to help you out on the back end, even though you're on the other side of that wave. Jurassic World, you guys know that film was not as big as Dominion. It opened at the 5-day, what the 3-day did for Dominion. So that's why I think this film also has helped. It's also a 4-quad film, right? Superman is not going to be a film that you don't take little kids to. Anytime you get a 4-quad tent pole, what does 4-quad mean? Young, old, male, female. Everybody, the whole cinematic movie-going pie is in on the film. That means that you are going to hit a big number because your available audience is that much larger. So look for this to be, I'm going to put it at 125 plus. I think 115 is conservative, but let's go over just a little bit of this Deadline article. Thanks for being here live. As always, MMT, nobody does it better. We don't tape this. I don't have a teleprompter. Hell no, man. We just shoot. The article just posted like 5 minutes ago. It takes me a second to create a thumbnail and jump on live. So give me some love for being the quickest guy in the game. I jump into my seat quicker than anybody. Nobody's quicker on the draw than MMT. So let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, $56 million first day, ended up with 146.53 day. And I would argue that Superman's much more family-friendly than Guardians. So I think that, listen, 115 is definitely the floor. So if this ends up pushing 130, 135, 140, even though they're calling this, maybe to 120, I think that they are lowballing this big time because if you look at those comparables, it is very favorable for Superman, and audiences seem to like it. Listen, I don't think it's a great film. I think the script's one of the worst scripts that I have seen in any comic book movie. It is cringy. It is goofy. It is laughably bad often. But, you know, the average person just doesn't seem to care. I mean, look, I think a lot of people thought that Jurassic World Rebirth is a very good film, which is just insane. But, you know, listen, the average person doesn't expect much. So remember that whenever you're doing these evaluations of why a film is better received than you expected, because most people are brain dead. Let's just say what it is, okay? And even if you think this film is fun, you know that it is hella flawed, okay? You got to give me that. So, you know, there's a real issue that we need to discuss. But we talk about numbers, I can't do that because, you know, we're not doing that. We're not breaking down the creative aspect. We're talking about this film from a box office perspective, but obviously, creatively, if the film is great, then I can say, hello, we're going to be really big because audiences across the board think this is great, and that's not the case. I think you're seeing a number of people come in after seeing this and going, yeah, Weber, I see it exactly how you do, and we're the gold standard for a reason. So you look here, and they're talking about City Walk being sold out here. That's at Universal, about 10 minutes from where I'm broadcasting here this afternoon on this Friday. Thanks for being here again live on MMT. But when you look at the theaters that are here in LA, some of the most heavily trafficked in the entire country. So to say that City Walk is slammed or AMC Burbank is packed, it just doesn't really carry the same weight as if I'm talking about Dallas or talking about Indianapolis, just a random city in flyover country where I grew up in Ohio. What's it doing in Columbus? But yeah, I mean, yeah, here in LA, it's not easy to get a seat for the IMAX screenings. I saw this in Prime. That is PLF, premium large format. You've got the subwoofers in the seats. I don't think I was cheated by not seeing it in IMAX. If you want to see it in IMAX, go for it. But I think you're doing just as well in a Dolby, in a Prime, RDX, 4DX, anything with a little bit of an upcharge. It's a big film. You know, it's a tentpole. You don't want to be watching this on some rickety screen in the back of the multiplex. You can save a few bucks, but even though I don't think the film is great, I would still just go ahead and spend a little bit more or just make it easier for yourself and just get AMC A-List. AMC A-List, as you guys know, is $28 for 16 movies a month. Hey guys, we're talking, what, less than $2 a movie? It's insane. So if you don't have it, you're not doing it right. If you have an AMC near you, just do it. It's worth every penny at $28. And you don't pay for the premium screens, the IMAX, the Dolbys, the Primes. It's all included. You can just zip in and out of your seat, right? Let's just say I want to go to a movie at 2 o'clock here. It's 1:59. I select my seat. I'm in. If you cancel before the showtime, you get your ticket back. If not, then they count it as one of your 4. But who's going to 4 movies anyhow? I see so many films, and I barely get to 4 films a week. Oh, wow, you're not going enough, Weber. I see as much as possible, and I'm definitely not going to watch Superman again, that's for sure. Let's get into a little bit more of this article. I'll get to comments, and then I'm going to roll out of here. It's a tight little update here today. We're not going for 2 hours like we did last night. The Thursday number was 22.5 million. And that included those Amazon Prime screenings, to my knowledge. That's why you look at that preview number 22.5 and you expect it to go higher on the 3-day, but then you throw in the Prime and it makes that Thursday not a true Thursday. Does that make sense? When you're including other days with your Thursday preview number, then that makes that Thursday preview number less impressive because it included an entire another day of screenings, right? This is why we're the gold standard. Okay? That's as perfectly put as you can do it. Deadline, if you want to hire me to do this, I know I'm way too edgy for you. Trust me. But if you want me to do your article live, I can do it on your lovely page, but you're probably gonna have to deal with me getting really opinionated and pissing off all of the James Gunn stans because, oh my God, he took a selfie after the movie and looked like he was dejected. How embarrassing. Oh my God, this guy's the worst. Says the people who hide behind an avatar that don't have the fortitude to actually show what they look like in real life versus me who just posts a picture at the track running 40-yard dashes shirtless because I'm the fucking man. Don't forget that. That's the thing you always leave out. I have to remind you that in this space, there is nobody who goes as hard and has as much in the backpack as me. Okay? Nobody. It's not a contest, not a game. I'll say it every stream because it has to be hammered home to some of you that you got to understand this is not normal. I have been doing this thing for how long now? Years. I've been doing live television for years before that. Nobody in this space can do live one-on-one like me. That's not a contest. Don't even bother inputting anything. This person, not even an issue. Not an issue. Okay? I'm not even going to even concern myself thinking about it. All I'm doing is the best stream you can possibly watch on this right now on a Friday when I'm getting ready to eat my lunch here in Los Angeles. That's how we roll. Okay? So we'll see where this ends up. A couple of comments and I'm getting out of here. Do I have? You know what, Gabby? I'll do what I want, baby. It's my stream. And when you have it, you flaunt it. That's the reality. And that's all I got to tell you. Okay? If you don't like it, don't watch. I don't care. I mean, seriously, Gabby, I don't give a shit. You don't watch. I mean, I won't lose any sleep tonight. So if you want to watch, awesome. If you don't care. I'm not the guy who's like, subscribe. That's not that guy. Just not going to be. Sadly, the numbers continue to feed the CBM fatigue machine. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, we say we're done with these CBMs, and then we have an output like this. Listen. Superman should be hitting at 115 million plus, right? Man of Steel in today's cash is $900 million when you look at that in today's money, right? 600 and some odd million becomes 900 plus million. I believe it's 950. So this film's not getting to 950. There's no chance, okay? It's not strong enough. I think you look at this debut, I think you're looking at a $220 million worldwide debut, right? Let's say we get to 130 here. Overseas, maybe 120. Here, I think the overseas number is going to be a little under because Superman is the American icon. Not going to travel quite as well. You look at Man of Steel, same kind of thing. They're similar numbers, but I think domestic's going to be stronger than international. Look at an F1, a film that I thought could do numbers that would contend with Superman. It's not happening, but it is happening overseas, just not stateside. Car racing, F1 in particular, is not a big deal here in the United States. Therefore, you're not going to get the number that you would hope for. But F1 is a much stronger film at every level than Superman. Okay, it's not even a close contest. The neckbeards will love the comic. Yeah, listen, the neckbeards. The neckbeards aren't posting any shirtless pics, are they? 275 domestic. All right, well, listen, but again, remember, in today's money, you look at Man of Steel just absolutely murdered this film. At the end of the day, it will be. It'll be a slaughter job by Man of Steel in today's cash, $950 million in that conversion. And there's no way this film's getting to 950. It's just not going to happen. If it were a great film, I would cede you that. I would say, yes, I think we can have a chance. I would at least entertain the idea. But as it is, no, it's not getting to 950 million. Okay? Listen, you have to have a very good film, or, you're going to say Minecraft. How did they get to 900 and whatever it got to million, almost a billion? Because it served the audience that it was intended for so well, and it became memey. Once that thing happens, it's all bets are off, okay? And I had fun with Minecraft, which I think, again, leads to our gold standard status. I understand who that film's for, and it's goofy the right way, right? Because Minecraft should be goofy. This shouldn't be. It's a comic book movie, but not at the level where James Gunn is doing Suicide Squad stuff with the Justice Gang and all that. It's just wears you out, right? And then, of course, Jimmy Olsen and the hot chick, and she has mutant toes, and I'm like, guys, this is me throughout Superman. It's not witty. It's not clever. It's not a great film. I'm not going to play the game here today with you guys. Just not happening. I'm going to read some comments as I get out of here because I'm rolling. I'm hungry. I'm going to have my lunch. I will see you back here either tomorrow for an update if the number pops bigger. If not, Sunday morning, the final number worldwide on Superman. Thanks for being here on this Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace out. MMT is